Hello, everyone. It's going to be a quick one. It's quite chilly here, and it rained today. And I thought I'd catch the gap. Um, Wearing my buff from Iceland, and as you can see, it's windy today. But I thought it's important to make a video today. Summit number 691. Um, so I was this morning I took my mom into the hospital to get her checked out because she doesn't want to know, she doesn't want people to know that she's suffering, and that's usually the old school way. But so please don't tell anyone I told you. But if you can, just send a prayer for my mom. She's not. It's not critical. It's just we can't figure out what's wrong, and she's looking weaker than usual. And she's probably one of the friendliest and the warmest people I know. And she puts up with a lot of shit from all the Greek men in her life and from everyone else. But she soldiers on, and she's really hard. She's really tough. She's definitely taken from my grandfather. But yeah, I believe she'll be fine. I'm staying positive, and I'm gonna help her any way I can. It's one of the reasons I'm still in South Africa because I want to be there for her. But as I was, I'm gonna go into the little thing here so there's no wind. So as I was in the hospital, your mind goes down. You look at your parents and you look like at everyone, and you realize how time flies. You remember when you were kids growing up, and time flies so fast. Time is precious. So, and life is precious. So, and it's short. Life is so short. Like, I'm almost 41. I mean, yesterday it felt like I had my 21st. Or, yeah. The other day it felt like I went to the army. And time flies. And it's a currency you'll never be able to get back. You can make money back. You lose your money, you make it back one way or another. Time, not so much. And loved ones, there's only one of each one of us. Everyone is unique, and we only have one mom and one dad. And if you still have your parents, you're lucky. I'm lucky. There's people out there that don't. And one of the reasons I ran up here today was to come set some proteas down for a friend of mine whose father passed away yesterday. And her name is Christina, and she lives in Greece, on an island called Aegina, which is a very special island to me. To explain that probably before I go back to Christina is, if you look at my name on my Instagram and on my Facebook, you'll see there's a Nectarius there, and in the Greek Orthodox Christian religion, we believe that there are some people that are holy and sort of like have they're not God, or they're not or what you call it, like someone we pray to, but we pray through. So like we ask the saints for help by asking them to pray with us, because they somehow have performed miracles through the help of God, and so we honor our saints, and our saints are men and women that have endured and have stood up for what they believed in spite of being threatened or killed or maimed or whatever. So I've been named after Saint Nectarius, and the reason for that is my mom wanted a son more than anything, and she wanted a healthy son. And one of the biggest performers of miracles and the saints that Greek Orthodox people look up to is one of the modern saints, Saint Nectarius, whose body is laid and is at rest in Aegina, it's a little island off Athens, and these churches there. And he was a miracle performer, but he also he helped people. He was a educator, and he was a lot of people didn't like him because he would help. He believed in things that sort of went against the norm, but it was the right thing to do. And so sometimes our moms and dads pray to certain saints, and here I am. And so I sort of have a special bond with that island, and I went for the first time in many years. I went to the island in June last year when I was quite broken and torn, and I stayed at a Airbnb, and this family was so nice and looked after me as a guest, and I'd never forget that. And so I went back to Aegina again in November or December, I can't remember, but I went back, and we've got I feel like there's a special bond with me and that family and with the island. And Christina would send me photos of going to the church of St. Nectarius and lighting a candle for my mom, who's been sick for a while. And so so today it's only right that I lay down some prayers for Christina's dad, who's left us. And I'm not really good at dealing with people that leave us, with death. I'm getting used to it at some point, but it's not easy. And I want to just send my good energy from the mountain, and lots of love and warmth and peace to Christina and her family, and let them know that I'm thinking of them, and that their dad's looking down on them, I'm sure. Hopefully you can see these flowers. I don't think many Greeks know that about Proteus, so maybe there's a big book up there in heaven that explains all the flowers that God created, so you get to have a look and see what cool flowers have been laid down for him in Africa. Just being brave here, but this one's dedicated to Christina and her family. I was going to talk about a whole lot of other things, but I thought my special message here is life is short, and look after your parents, look after your brothers and sisters, because things can change in an instant. And tomorrow is not guaranteed for us, for anyone. So live in the present, and if you feel the need to call someone and tell them you love them, do it right now. Pause this video if you have to and go do it. And so dedicating Summit 691 to Christina and her mom and her little daughter Calliope. Now it's weird that someone in Africa is doing this, but sometimes doesn't matter who we are, it's important that we look after each other, be kind to each other, because you never know what people go through. So I'm gonna end this video because my fingers are freezing as well. But anyways, take care of yourselves. hug the person next to you, the person you love, make peace. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Let's see how the weather is. Good job. Don't forget mountains are medicine, and don't forget life is short. Don't sweat the small stuff, and you know what, the big stuff will sort themselves out. Just be positive and just be proactive and be kind to yourself, especially yourself. You need, number one, you need yourself. So anyways, there's a mountain there in the back, and it's saying goodbye, and I'm also saying goodbye. I gotta go because I'm freezing. Oh, good job. Salutations to everyone, especially the Christina. Everything is going to be okay. We just have to live for the other ones. Take care.